It's your first time in a Mustang?
Yep.
Oh boy. German guy in the Mustang.
Yeah. You should have put the camera on and say that.
I just did.
You did?
It was on. Yeah. What is up, everybody? David here for a vlog with
Guido from the Getawayer channel.
Yeah, the Getawayer channel from Germany.
All the way from Germany to Virginia.
All the way from Germany. And I am here in Radford, Virginia, a small little college town. Had a few friends go to the university around here.
Oh, you did? Cool.
Yeah, I haven't been here in about 2 years now, but it's always good coming back. So you've never been in a Mustang, so this is a new experience. And we were talking about earlier at lunch how there's not a lot of American cars in Germany.
Well, there is a scene, but I mean, it's something special, I would say. Like in my village, there is actually a Corvette club.
Okay.
And there's a legit Corvette dealership, people that only focus on Corvettes and servicing in my area. So I see a lot of Corvettes, but pickups or muscle cars are not really popular because they are so expensive in our country, importing them and stuff.
Yeah, is it just with the importing fees and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, like I told you, the Challenger that I have as my rental car, even though it's just a V6, that would be a 35,000 euro car, and nobody pays that.
When you have BMW and everything else, I mean, which are fantastic cars, obviously.
Yeah, they are.
We're saying you don't see as many European cars here in the States.
I don't. I mean, it's all either Hondas. Subarus seem to be very popular here in Virginia.
Are everywhere.
And way more old cars than I expected to see. No European cars, all American cars, many pickups.
Yeah, pickups, you got the big diesel trucks and all that, and having all that torque, that's really popular with the Cummins and all that stuff.
It works on these roads. That's something that I might have to say, because people would hate on you woo, you don't like American cars, which is not true. I mean, I just don't get my hands on them in Germany when I'm reviewing cars. And when I drive on American roads, I completely understand why people love the big V8s. On the highway, it's the best thing that you can have. Oh
yeah, it's great because you just kind of merge onto the highway and you're done. But we unfortunately have strict speed limits here, unlike you from Frankfurt. Just hop on the Autobahn and have fun, which I'm completely jealous of.
You know, when I do my test drive videos, when I get a nice sports car, that's one of the first things that I do. When I pick up a car at the Porsche factory, there's another great Autobahn, it's called the A81, and there's no speed limit there, and it's freshly built. I remember picking up my first press car from Porsche in 2012. That was a brand new Porsche Boxer, which hadn't even been on sale back then, so you didn't see it on the road.
See, that blows my mind that you're able to get press cars, and I'm over here just asking owners every day, hey, can I drive your car?
I mean, the thing is, I was starting out by renting the cars. I was working for a rental car company, and I spent a lot of money on rental cars, getting nice cars like Porsches and BMWs.
I can't imagine how that added up over time.
Yeah, it was quite a bit, but I mean, it was my hobby. I loved filming, and I was just, I loved spending the money on that. And eventually it opened the right door. Somebody at Porsche saw it and was like, would you like to drive our new Boxster for a week? And I was like, of course.
Of course I would.
I remember picking it up. I had driven other Porsches before, of course, but picked it up and you went straight on the Autobahn, did 260 in it. What's that, 150, 160? KPH, yeah.
KPH, I'm not used to hearing KPH.
Yeah.
I remember when I did Zach's hatch review, his gauges were in KPH, so I was totally thrown off. It's amazing to me how well skilled everybody is driving wise in Germany. All the footage I've seen from your videos and how well trained essentially everybody seems.
I mean, making your driving license is of course a pretty tough challenge compared to other countries. It costs a lot of money, and you have to drive on the Autobahn, you have to drive at night with your driving teacher, so you have to take at least 25 lessons or so. That's just a lot. You have to do those, and people say it's the toughest driving test.
It seems to be that way, but honestly, even if I failed it a few times, I still think it would be worth it.
Yeah, you have to have those skills. I mean, because one thing that people completely underestimate, in my opinion, driving on the Autobahn is just when somebody is coming from behind and he has just maybe a speed difference of 100 miles per hour.
Yeah.
And you're pulling out in front of a guy that is approaching you with that speed. I mean, total disaster, right? And so you have to be trained not to hurt yourself, not to hurt others when you are allowed to legally do those speeds. And like I told you, the highest that I've done is 200 miles per hour. 180 is pretty common.
That's a very long jail sentence here.
Yeah,
I couldn't imagine doing like quadruple the speed limit essentially. What's been your favorite part about being in the US? It's your first time.
No, the reason why I'm actually here is because my girlfriend lives in Radford and I met her through my YouTube videos, which is awesome, you know. And
High five.
We said like spend a month together. I didn't look at you, sorry. I was like, you know, I can spend a month here and, you know, really get a feel for the States because I had job offers here. I always wanted to come here. Maybe Radford, Virginia is not the most exciting place.
It is very beautiful. It's pretty though. I will give it that.
It's lovely here, you know, but I find myself driving to Roanoke all the time and, you know, going there because her family lives there too, so.
The Blue Ridge Parkway isn't too far when you get the chance to drive.
I've driven that actually in my girlfriend's BMW when I was here for the first time, and she had to hold me back because I was getting into my German zone. Like,
oh no.
I wanted to speed up to 100 mph and she was like,
jail time.
Guido, be a bit, come on. You're giving me a hard time driving so fast. I was like, okay, I'm sorry. I was just in the zone, you know, driving fast.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, sometimes it's very hard not getting carried away when you're on, especially in a beautiful back road. I mean, I just got back from Kentucky, and Kentucky had some of the most beautiful mountain roads I've ever done.
That was a beautiful video,
and,
so yeah.
Thank you. And I just wanted to go bonkers on it. But you have to restrain yourself. And it was almost good that the car in front of me had drag slicks on it, so it couldn't take turns. So it was like, oh, okay, it kind of keeps me held back.
Just took a road that Matt, our buddy from Subaru WX fan channel, recommended me because I believe he studied here in Blacksburg, like the Mount Tabor road. Maybe some of you guys know it. And I went there, oh, an American is recommending me a B road, that should be awesome. And I live like in the Odenwald area in Germany, which has like, it's a paradise for bikers and there's no cops there, so I won't even tell people how fast I drive there. I actually have to be really careful when I record video footage there because
I totally
the manufacturers don't like seeing you drive the speeds that you are driving there, so you have to be careful. But anyhow, I came there and I was like, dude, that road is awesome. And it even has like a high speed limit of 40 miles per hour. So in that crappy Challenger that I have with the automatic, I ended up rev matching and heeling and towing on the automatic all the time. People don't know that you can actually do that. Maybe that's important consumer advice, because I've worked as a development driver and like we were testing gearboxes, and if you know a bit about that, you can do that in certain automatic cars. I mean, I wouldn't do it in a PDK Porsche.
I've never
but it works.
thought about
it. It actually works on these old automatics. It works. Like you rev match, you have to get adjusted to it, I guess, but it actually works. So I ended up driving there like, I'm not even going to say how fast I was driving there.
I've always wanted to go to Germany for its car culture. I mean, it's just so embedded in your country too. It just seems like it's such a, how do I put this? I guess not thriving, but such a part of your old culture, period, not just the car culture. And
we invented the automobile, you know.
Here we go. Now everybody's gonna Google. Everyone's gonna Google and oh, did you really? No, I mean overall.
I don't get it when people say like a Porsche is a soulless car and it's so perfect that
not true. That's not true.
You just have to drive one and you get so hooked on it. And I mean, I'm a huge Porsche fan, for those of you guys that don't know it. I actually have a t-shirt with me here that I wanted to wear for you, like where it says Steve McQueen drives Porsche, but then I was like, no, I cannot be that guy.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
I should have worn that one. There are other cars that are fun, that are loud, that are exciting to drive, but for me, I'm such a driver's driver. I don't want a car that, you know, compromises on the driving experience.
And you hate paddles too.
I hate paddles, yeah. I'm a manual guy, totally. You see, I even rev match in automatic cars. My personal favorite car, guys, is the 997 GT3. So,
killing me here. I need to drive one.
You really have to.
Like out of all, I've only driven one Porsche in this entire channel. It was a 944, And
for me, I have a lot of American viewers like that send me pictures of their cars. Guys, if you look at this video, here's a man that would like to drive a Porsche.
Yeah, what I think is so cool about meeting you today has been that I always have this speech on my channel saying, you know, cars, it's a common bond and stuff, but you're, you know, thousands of miles away, from a different nation and everything, and yet we had everything to talk about.
Yeah.
It was easy. It's just cars, cars, cars.
Yeah.
It's so simple. And I think what made it interesting today was how different where we come from. How it's so tuner based here in the States.
Yeah, I mean, we have a big tuner scene in Germany too, but I personally, I'm just not that guy. I mean,
Yeah.
I had my BMW and I didn't do anything to it. I was always like, I would rather spend the money that I would spend on tuning a car into buying
an
a better
actual
car, you know.
Yeah.
So
I understand that. That's a valid excuse.
Yeah.
It's definitely one of those things where you buy a car and you at least do something to it. Even little things like even this car. This has just bolt-ons on it, and if you go anywhere where you're a Viper, sorry,
yeah,
anyway,
I saw that one.
it's alright. Distracted, but I would pull up. I remember the first time I pulled up to a car meet, and nothing on my body on this car had been changed yet, but I had some engine stuff done, and everybody just assumes you're stock. So it's like you have to do almost little tiny things to your car to make it your own, essentially.
I really like a sleeper car, I have to say.
The sleeper?
I like sleepers a lot. Like,
I mean, the AMG wagons.
yeah.
Oh, I love those.
I drove the sedan last year for 2 weeks, the 507, and people completely underestimated that car. Even though it's such an aggressive
You just can't. I mean, we have the CTSV over here.
Yeah,
the
I know that
wagon.
one. I love this car. I'm really stoked that I got to see it in person, experience it.
You were talking about the color.
Yeah, I
that was
love the color.
interesting.
Yeah, I said to David that the color of his car looks very different on video than in person. It's much darker, and what he said is like, people always tell him on the comment section that it is a girly color, but in person it's really not. So
No, it's just,
don't judge, guys.
It's just
Check it out in
different,
person. Make him come to visit you. Make a nice vlog with him. But I have to say, the sound is bloody awesome.
Yeah. I've always like.
And it's not like a fake sound. We talked about that too,
Yeah.
right? With the new Jaguar F-Type that everyone loves so much, and I personally actually hate it. I've driven it. I've even driven it on the Autobahn, like with the top down at 140. Worst car ever that I've. It's so heavy. Come on, it weighs more than a 911 Targa with this complicated roof and all-wheel drive on it. It still weighs more. How is that possible?
I didn't even know that.
No, I looked this stuff up because people tell me, oh, you should review the Jaguar F-Type. I'm like, no, I driven it. I would not have a positive review on it, so it's not happening.
Nah.
It must be so tempting. Like my girlfriend always says, like 5 over the limit is okay.
But no,
But
past
not
that
more.
you're screwed.
Yeah.
Because here in the States, if you, or at least in Virginia, 80 miles an hour is reckless driving. As soon
Really?
as you hit 80, it's reckless.
Oops.
Yep. But our entire audience, whoops. Sharp third.
Yep.
Alright guys, I'm going to close out this vlog. I want to thank you so much for being in it.
Always a pleasure. Next time when I'm here, we get to do it again.
Absolutely. I will see you guys next time, and take it easy.
Take it easy, guys.